guess who's partnered back up with these guys? Remember this? From the E to the V to the O to the L to the U to the T to the I to the O to the anyway you will see. I've got another unboxing from Italy. But wait, haven't we seen this before? No, this ain't just any M4.
This is another Airsoft mic production.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. As many of you know, those who've been with me for a while, I was showcasing and unboxing Evolution products numerous times years ago, and then it all fell off when Brexit happened. But anyway, we are back, and they want me to show you this. This is the Evolution Ghost2 XS EMR Carbontech ETS. ETS, yes, electronic trigger system. But before you say, ugh, we've seen it all before, Airsoft mic. No. Ah, there's something different about this one. First off, the ETS, the electronic trigger system, which is part of the smart airsoft gun ecosystem, is completely designed and manufactured in, no, not Taiwan, no, not China, no, Italy, Milan, Italy, come on! And the entire thing is assembled in Milan, Italy, or Milan, okay? Milan, it just depends what part of the world you're from, how you pronounce it. Anyway, I say Milan. Right, yeah, so, straight away you can't compare this to others, yeah? Right, now, what do we get in a box? You get your ETS trigger system instruction manual. You also get your generic Combat Series manual with very basic instructions in there. And of course, you get a mag. This one is 120, that's 120 BBs, and it's a mid-cap, so there's no rattling. Yes!
Thank you.
Oh, and there's something else. Yes! It's a full metal flash hider. And if you're wondering, hold on, why is that separate? Well, because when this bad boy gets to you, it will come with one of those. Now, before you, oh no, hang on, gotta get rid of it, sorry. Now stop, before you all say, oh no, not another Wait, there literally is something that sets this bad boy apart from anything else in its class. Now I'm gonna tell you something which may put you off. It's predominantly polymer. Wait! Don't go. Let me finish. It's predominantly polymer, but, and this isn't the thing that sets it apart from others, okay? Well, actually, it could be, but it's not the main point I want to tell you. It's Carbontech. It literally has a feel of, it must be Carbontech, because this doesn't feel like your regular polymer. And once you get one of these bad boys in your hand, you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, if you're thinking, well, how are you going to be able to tell that from a video? Well, I can tell you now, this was sent to me by Evolution themselves, but they sent it to me via a UK retailer, Patrol Base. So I'm sure they'll have one in store there and wherever you may get your airsoft gear from, for you to have a feel of it. It feels different. It doesn't feel like that cheap polymer that you get on others. Now, here's the thing. The ETS2 system, the functions, everything this bad boy can do, you will never find on an equivalent platform of this type that's made out of polymer. It has premium features on this. So instead of me just talking about it, let's get on with it. Let's have a quick look over the design, then we're going to check it out, okay? The trigger system is amazing on this, and it's not the first that I've had in this studio, but as I said before, normally you find the features that you've got on this bad boy on more full metal models or more higher priced models. Okay, let's go. Now, as you can see, as I showed you earlier, it comes with a 120 round magazine. That's full polymer. This is just my display stand, not included. Let's get rid of the tags. Oh, very nice. Now, straight away, seen so many of these, so I'm not even going to go over it. There's your bog standard stock, okay? Let's keep it real. But oh yeah, yes, I am duty bound to tell you, of course, it's adjustable. And look, it's got a QD sling point. Nice. And other places to put a sling right back. Been in the game of unboxings for too long to be excited about that. However, from there onwards is where the excitement begins. First of all, can we appreciate the design? It's got a very futuristic design, don't you agree? No, yes, no, yes. Well, I think so anyway. Look, more places to put a sling. That's metal, by the way. You've got your selector switch. That's where most of the excitement will happen. But of course, none of that is relevant without that bad boy down there, and we will get to it shortly. Right here, you've got your Evolution International markings. You've got your Evolution branding right there too. You do have your serrations on the front, and you've got a quick release motor system on the base of the grip. You have a fully adjustable full metal rear sight. Oh, hello. Very nice. Let me just turn it around so you can see it a bit better. As you can see there, you can change your sight picture, and you've got a full metal charging handle. Now remember, I was talking about it being predominantly polymer, the Carbontech. Well, not all of it, because the handguard is metal. We'll look at that properly in a second. But because the handguard is metal and this main body, the main receiver, is not, the top rail, polymer, but on the handguard section of the rail, that's metal. In fact, they call this the Evolution Modular Rail. And as we're here, there's your front sight, which is fully adjustable, and it's full metal. Ooh, nice. Now, as if you haven't worked it out already, this is very much a CQB piece, very compact. If you're thinking, man, that handguard is small, well, it's supposed to be. This is the XS. This is this particular model, but they do have longer, larger models in this class, okay? So, as you can see there, you have the Evolution branding right there. Very nice little system. I like how compact it is. Not too happy about these scratch marks, but hey ho, things happen. Yours will come perfect, by the way. This probably, because it's one of these models that are just sent to me to review and keep, of course. I just got sent this. But anyway, yes, very nice. And yes, the handguard CNC'd. Let's have a look on the other side. Lovely zoom in, because I want to get to the good stuff down there. Not going to dwell too long on this at all. I'm just going to swiftly go through what you can literally see there in front of you, and then we'll get to that programmable trigger. Come on! Anyway, dust cover, metal, nice. And of course, if you pull the charging handle, said dust cover now opens, and you get your M-LOK metal bolt, but behind it is your hop-up adjustment wheel. Nice. You have your M-LOK forward assist and some very nice strategically placed Evolution branding right there. Now again, for something that has this sort of construction, mainly that Carbontech polymer body, okay, this has functions in it that you wouldn't believe. It has 9 programmable functions, 4 automatic functions, and 32 possible combinations. Come on! And more branding. Now, this is it. Let's get the battery pack in. Oh, and by the way, it's got a Dean's plug on there, fitted as standard. Not Tamiya, Dean's. Nice. Nice. Now, I bought myself a 7.4 volt LiPo battery pack. Dean's, good. And as you can see, it's not one of those short compact ones. It's one of the full length LiPo sort of candy bar or stick battery types. And even though it's one of the longer ones, this bad boy, as compact as it is, still accommodates it. Look, make sure it's on safe. Let's get this. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear the beeps? That means this bad boy is ready to rumble. Now, zoom in. And let me tell you and show you exactly what this bad boy can do. And please, be impressed. Anyway, so naturally it does your normal semi and your full and all of that hullabaloo. But it also has a binary trigger. Now, I'm not going to explain each one, I'll just do it so you can see it, but I will explain the first one. The binary is where you can literally send the BB downrange. When you release the trigger, on a normal system, nothing else happens. But on this bad boy, when you release the trigger, boop, another BB gets sent downrange, or during gameplay, okay? So for one pull, you get 2 BBs. 2 for the price of 1, if you like. Anyway, let's get to it. And that's just one of many programs it has. Right, let's get to it. So the first thing you want to do to get it into the program mode, make sure it's pointed in a safe direction and there is no magazine in it. Now, I've got this one in it because it's not a real magazine, it's just a stand and display. It cannot feed BBs, and I know there's nothing in the chamber. Right, now, in bog standard mode, it's going to do bog standard things. So, for example, from safe to semi, there you go. Ooh, pretty nice response. And then, of course, full auto. Snappy, snappy, snap. Anyway, if you want to program it, this is where the fun begins, and there's loads. Here we go. The first one I'm going to program is binary mode. So I'll explain it the first time, and you should get it for each subsequent one. You go from safe to semi. You hold the trigger down for 3 seconds, and you wait for 3 beeps. There's your 3 beeps. You then program what you want. I want binary, so I'm going to press it twice. 1, 2. You then push it to full auto. You then bring it back to semi. You then hold it down for a further 3 seconds. This bad boy is now in binary mode. So when I pull the trigger, say you're in gameplay, it's going to send a BB out of the barrel. When I release the trigger, it will send another one, come on! But don't hold on to that trigger for too long for when you're releasing it, because it will go back into program mode, okay? So, binary baby, look. 1 BB goes, let it go, there's another one. 2 for the price of 1, look again. 1, 2, come on, 2 BBs, 1 pull, get in! Okay, so now I'm going to do a 3-round burst, and I tell you what, I'm going to explain this as well. Last time I'm going to explain, and then I will be silent and show you all the different functions, okay? So just so you get the idea, remember, for binary, which is 2 BBs, I programmed it by pulling it twice. For a 3-round burst, I'm going to have to pull it 3 times to tell it I want it to do a 3-round burst. Do you get the idea now? Now, when that sort of feature changes for the other functions that it has, then I'll start talking again. So this is the 3-round burst. One, 2, 3. Full auto. Back to semi. Hold to save. And that should now do 3-round bursts. Now remember, I said I'm only going to speak if something changes slightly in the process. For 3-round bursts, I would normally leave it on semi. But for 5-round bursts, you've got to put it back onto auto. Check it out. Nice. Right, remember what I said, I'm only going to speak when the process changes slightly for a particular function. So, What we're going to do now is a thing called ramping. No, not that sort. Ramping full auto, right? Now, for you to program it to do ramping full auto, it must already be programmed to do either a 3-round burst or a 5-round burst, okay? So, at the moment, off camera, I've put this back into a 5-round burst mode. I'm now going to program it to do the ramping full auto. And if you don't know what that is, technically what it should do is it should do 5, pause a bit, then do full auto. Let's see. So remember, it's already in 5-round burst mode. I'm now going to do what I just said. And you need to pull it for 7 times. Save it by putting it onto semi and holding it down. It's now saved. Put it back to full. Now listen now, it's going to do 5, little pause, and then full auto. Watch. You see that? Do you know what? I don't know why I even bothered saying I'm going to keep quiet and only just show you how it does it, because I feel I need to explain, because the next one I'm not even going to bother do because it's irrelevant for this situation, but you've seen how to program it if you want it to do this. So the next step is a thing called active brake mode. Now if you don't know what that is, basically, if you're playing Speedsoft, by the way, do not put that on this mode. But anyway, what it does, it avoids double shots and piston bounce when using high voltage batteries, okay? Right, quick disclaimer. Off camera, I have reset this bad boy back to standard semi-full auto mode because I want to show you the difference between sniper delay mode, which is what we're going to program now, and standard mode. So right now in standard, if I go like, if I just, lightly flick that trigger, it lets off a BB. But if I put it in sniper delay, watch. So as always, onto semi. Pull and hold for 3 seconds, wait for 3 beeps. 1, 2, 3. Release, and then 9 pulls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Once to full auto, back to semi, hold for a further 3 seconds, and it will be programmed into sniper delay mode. Okay, so here we go. See if you can tell the difference, and then I'll show you how it is different. Okay, it looks like a normal pull, but watch. See that? You see how it's not registering every single pull? Because there's a slight delay, it needs that slight delay. And if you don't give it that slight delay when you're pulling, it won't register it. So again, if I give it that slight delay, pull, we're all good. If I don't give it that slight delay after, what? See that? I must admit that is slightly different to other delays that I've had on other models. I'm sure I remembered on another model it meant there was literally a delay when you pulled it. It waited for a second and then let the BB go. Maybe I imagined that, I don't know. But anyway, in terms of low voltage protection, voltage detection, cycle control, and motor diagnostics, you don't need to program or do anything for that. It does it automatically. And did you remember, or do you remember should I say, every time I pull that bad boy when I was programming it, did you see a little sort of light flashing against my finger? Yeah, that's all to do with the diagnostics too, and the programming mode. Right, it's back on safe, and it would be nice to see what it looks like with its own mag in there. Tactical. Nice. Right, enough of that. Let's get it filled up with 120 BBs or thereabouts. No winding to be done because it's a mid-cap.
Thank you!
Hell yeah! And we'll do a chrono and an accuracy test. Right, got the mag full. Let's go. Hold on. Let me explain that in one quick sentence. I'm going to use this row. Full there, full auto there, baby. But not before we chrono this bad boy. There you go, we're looking at an average of about, what, let's just say 320 if I'm being generous. Let's see how many BBs we get per second. Nothing spectacular, but that's 10 rounds per second, more or less. If I'm generous, you can say 11. Yeah. Hey, do you know what? Considering how short that inner barrel is, that's pretty decent. Zoom in. Look right here. Pretty decent groupings, and again, just to put it all into perspective, that's how small each individual target is. Me bullseye is that little red thing there. Not much bigger than me, in fact, it's smaller than the tip of my index or forefinger. Now, pretty decent there. Just skimmed the bullseye there, but look here. Look here.
Perfect.
I thank you. Excellent groupings there, if I may say so myself. And then it had no chance here. Literally ate out that target completely, apart from that outer bit right there. And I don't know if you noticed, but there was a slight pause in between that target and that target, because you can see it was a useful pause because I slightly adjusted the sights, and look, much better results than on the first one. Nice. Oh, and might I add, zoom in. Very nice flat trigger there. It's got some serrations on the front and it's metal. So there you go, people. This is the Evolution Ghost2 XS Carbontech ETS. It was a pleasure testing out this little thing. Now, I say little, it's a standard size from here right up to here. So everything there is standard for this type of platform. But then once you get to the barrel side of things, that's where it gets really compact. But as you can see, the performance isn't affected as much at all from what I could see. But, you know, I guess at a much longer range, who knows? But this really is designed for CQB. And it's perfect for that, your close quarters, whilst playing Airsoft. Now, I know there's going to be loads of you, because I've been getting this for years, and so do other Airsoft YouTubers. Oh no, not another, not unmentionable. But if you're honest with yourself, and I know certainly for me as well, this was my kind of go-to when I was first starting out in Airsoft, that platform, yeah? And of course you can get many different types. You can get really cheap and nasty ones, and you can get real top tier ones, yeah? But as far as I'm concerned with this is not at your bottom end. You've seen how awesome the ETS is in this bad boy, the many functions that it has, the fact that it can take a standard size LiPo battery in that buffer tube, and it comes standard with a Dean's plug. It just all boils down to how much is coming out of your purse or your wallet, or these days, your e-bank, okay? So check with your local Airsoft retailers. It's Evolution Airsoft. I do have history with this company. I've tried to give as much of a honest opinion as I can. I won't be persuaded or forced into saying things that I don't actually believe. And those of you who have kept up with me for, oh my gosh, it's been 9 years. Anyway, yeah, you know, I've gone through that transition of being brutally honest with some things to the point where I have lost a few backers. Who cares? Anyway, Evolution Airsoft.